Well, Miss Ariana Grande is what's popping today, and the fans have been concerned about the alarming, difference in how she looks right now, and they have noticed that she looks a lot thinner than usual.
Thinner?
So yes, a lot thinner than usual, and people are, very concerned about why she looks that way. And she took time to address, people's comments about her body, and this is what she had to say on TikTok.
So small, so thin.
Hi everyone. I have made my coffee. I'm on my way to work soon. I just wanted to come on, and I don't do this often. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it and I don't like it, but I just wanted to address your concerns about my body and talk a little bit about what it means to be a person with a body and to be seen and to be paid such close attention to. I think we should be gentler and less comfortable commenting on people's bodies, no matter what. If you think you're saying something good or well-intentioned, whatever it is, healthy, unhealthy, big, small, this, that, sexy, not sexy, we just shouldn't. We should really work towards not doing that as much. There are ways to compliment someone or to ignore something that you see that you don't like, that I think we should help each other work towards, just to aim towards being safer and keeping each other safer. But I just also wanted to say, one, there are many different kinds of beautiful. There are many different ways to look healthy and beautiful. I know personally for me, the body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly, and at the lowest points of my life when I looked the way you consider my healthy, but that in fact wasn't my healthy. And I know I shouldn't have to explain that, but I do feel like maybe having an openness and some sort of...
Yes. So she went on and she just asked people to be a lot more sensitive when they are commenting on her body. And when I did look through the comments on social media, a lot of people were sympathizing with her. But one person did highlight something, or rather mention something that, got me thinking. Remember when everybody was talking about Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah.
And during the first film of Wakanda, everybody thought he was like healthy and okay and whatnot. Yet this man was actually battling a very terminal sickness. Do you understand?
You're right. He was dying of cancer.
He was dying of cancer. So, and with Ariana Grande, if you see her before and look at her now, and she says that her before picture that people are comparing to her now is when she was on antidepressants, she was drinking and eating poorly, and she was just, basically going through the lowest point in her life. I think maybe what she's going through right now is trying to recover from that, and that is definitely going to take a toll. It's probably taking a toll on her body so that she can, work her way up again. So I think she's right. I agree with her. I think we should be a little sensitive. Stop this business of when you meet somebody the first time, you say, "Enga, you've gained weight," or you look smaller, or you look darker, or you look lighter, or your hair is falling out. I think there are better ways to address that situation instead of you just coming out sounding very uncouth.
Well, I feel qualified to comment on this because, as you know, I've been subject of that kind of conversation too, being a person whose body has undergone radical transformation from back when I was super obese, then I got a little bit trimmer, to where I am now is where a lot of people consider to be skinny, which is not something I ever expected anyone to call me. Yeah. But I look a lot more thinner now than I have in recent days. And to some people, they feel like the change is a lot too drastic. Because if you're just going about your day every day, you're probably not noticing the change. But say someone hasn't seen you in a while and then sees you 3 months later, they can be startled by the transformation. And to them, it might be a cause of concern. So, people say to me, "Oh, you got to eat more, you got to do this, you got to do that."
What do people want from you? They now tell you to eat more?
Yeah, they're telling me to. They're like, okay, so now you've gone too far. So now can you just either stop? They'll tell me to either stop, or they'll tell me to like eat more or stuff like that. And that'll come from strangers. It'll come from people that know me, even some families sometimes. But to that, I just say, you'll get tired of having to explain it to everyone. So to just let it. Don't let it get to you. Just carry on with your life. If you're feeling happy in your situation and if you're feeling healthy, I mean, of course, sometimes there could be cause for concern. Maybe you are unwell. And if others are noticing it, I don't think that it is necessarily ill-intentioned or it's meant in hostility. Sometimes people are genuinely concerned.
I agree. There are some people who are genuinely concerned, like your mother. Yeah. But if you are somebody who just knows me from social media,
But also,
maybe we can,
I think we can't have it both ways. Sarah, if you've decided to make yourself a commodity and your appearance a commodity, and especially if you're in entertainment, if you're in media, you've decided to put yourself out there as a product to be consumed, you've literally objectified yourself, I feel like you forfeited the right to not be talked about. For your appearance to not be talked about.
What I'm saying is that people need to also know
you just want
what role they play in your life. You just don't come out and start, say, for instance, you don't just come out and start attacking somebody or, making jokes about their body. I think
it goes both
like
ways.
Ariana said, let's be a lot more gentle and a lot more sensitive. And you know what the funny thing is that when people like this come and say, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. I have moments where my acne like really breaks out. Like ever since I had my baby, I've been dealing with hormonal imbalance and my estrogen levels have gone up, and now I get like really horrible episodes of acne sometimes, like when I'm stressed out or when it's towards the end of that time of the month. So this one time, this person I went to school with, right? This one time, this person I went to school with approached me and I was going through that episode, and she, commented on my acne, and the way she did it was very, what's the word? How can I say? She was rude about it, and I believe she was trying to have one up on me. So when she addressed my acne, I addressed her weight, and she got mad.
Oh, clap back.
Because she said to me, "Oh, you have pimples these days. You need to learn to eat better and wash your face more." I was like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "I've also noticed you have gained a lot of weight. You should start working out and eating better." So now she's mad at me.
You shut her down.
I shut her down. So now she's mad at me. And, for a while she was talking smack about me. But I'm like, if you're going to give me advice, allow mine as well, right? Isn't that fair?
Fair enough. But don't you think, though, that isn't it a bit too presumptuous to only expect people to compliment you? Because, for example, when you're posting a picture of yourself for a selfie, mostly people are seeking compliments. And maybe those compliments will come. But if you've chosen to put yourself out there for people to comment on your appearance in a positive way, shouldn't you equally expect some people to comment in a negative way?
I'm saying
you can't just expect positive and no negative.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is that when you are going to give people positive criticism, and when you do that, extend it with grace, because you don't know what that person is going through. For instance, you get me. You don't just come out and blunt it out and be shrewd and say that you're just being brutally honest. Somebody could be dealing with an underlying issue, like, say, for instance, sickness. Somebody could be going through depression. They could have lost their job and that's why they have lost or gained weight. Somebody could have lost a baby, that's why they have lost or gained weight, or why they're they are having skin issues or whatever the case may be. So extend grace. And I think it's also very important for you to know your place in this person's life. Do not just come out giving unsolicited advice and opinions if you have not been asked for it, because there might be a backlash to how you give out your information. That's why I'm saying, if your mother is going to comment about your weight, or your siblings or people who are in your life daily, okay, fine. But if you're somebody who only knows me, say, for my work, and you only get to see me once in a while, and you only see pictures of me that I allow you to see, and then you come out and then you have some very insensitive comment to how I'm looking, then I'm sorry, you are going to get what you receive, is what I'm saying.
Your good friend Candace Owens tweeted this out the other day.
What did she say?
In response to one of Lizzo's pictures. You know, because Lizzo is all about body positivity. She's like the poster child of it. Literally, she will post nude or semi-nude images of herself, of course, sitting in ways that cover up the more crucial areas. And then she'll be like, you know, all about how she's comfortable in her skin and in her body. And typically in the comments, everyone will be praising her for that level of confidence. To which Candace Owens responded by saying, look, if you peep the comments on any of Lizzo's fat acceptance photos, you will undoubtedly find a score of women telling her that she looks beautiful. Men do not lie to other men in this way. They do not pretend that clinical obesity is beauty. Do you think there is a risk in a bid to be affirming of a person's identity to shower them with compliments in a way that might enable some of their dysfunctional lifestyles or unhealthy lifestyles? So if you found someone who's obese and they post a selfie, of course you would mean well if you were to say, oh, you look nice. But at the same time, are you not enabling the behavior that leads to the obesity? So are you helping the person? Because people say fat shaming is bad, but plenty of people have lost weight and become more healthy because they were fat shamed. So if people were telling Lizzo, Lizzo, either cover up or go to the gym because you don't look good, don't you think that would prompt her to live more healthily?
That could prompt her to be suicidal. That could prompt her to get...
Because the opposite is... You're going to keep praising her for being overweight and she's going to get a heart attack. How have you helped?
This is what I'm saying. There's a double-edged sword to it. People could give her negative comments and you'd think that is the motivation she needs to go and, get healthier. And I put that in quotes, get healthier. But that could lead her to that could push her into adopting very unhealthy lifestyles to help her lose that weight. And that will not even help her. She could probably get anorexic. She could get, should fall into a depression, whatever the case may be.
Or she could turn out...
What I am saying...
She could become Jennifer Hudson.
What I am saying is that we need to be, like Ariana said, be a lot gentler when we're giving this feedback to people, especially if you don't know this person, you don't know why they look like that, because nobody appointed anybody the physical appearance police. Okay, not everybody knows what somebody is going through or their underlying issue. Your version of healthy is not another person's version of healthy. That is something that they need to take up with their doctor. So you may be looking at me and saying, oh, Sarah, you have a great size, but perhaps I'm dealing with many underlying issues, and you think that because I am your visual visual description of healthy, I look healthy. But there are a lot of people who look like us and are way sicker than people who have a few pounds of fat on them, I guess. So I think let's just, like Ariana said, please be a lot more gentle with your criticism or scrutiny of people's bodies.
Well, sad to hear that obviously she's taking all these antidepressants. I mean, that's
she was.
Obviously,
that's what she said, yeah.
She's not still?
She said she was on antidepressants and she was drinking on top of taking those, and then on top of that eating very poorly.
Yeah, antidepressants kill your appetite. I can tell you that because I've been on them. Yeah. But wishing her the best, and if she feels like she has a handle on the situation and she's happy with how she's doing in her situation, I guess who are we to judge? Let her live her life and let her continue making great music, which I'm assuming is what she likes to do.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing that interesting story with us. Of course, it helped us to have a wider conversation on the issue of sensitivity versus honesty and all that, everything in between. Keep listening to The Fatboy Show on RX Radio. Sarah will be back in about an hour with even more updates on what else is popping out there.